Jake, are you there? I have some really big news, and I could really do with you being able to talk to me at the minute.
Hey, I'm free. What's up?
Well, you know that my grandma passed away recently, right?
Yeah?
Well, she left me some inheritance, and I've just gone and found out what it was, and you will never believe it.
Was it a secret diary of long lost lovers?
What? No. She left me $6 million.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What?
That was my reaction.
But how? I mean, she never seemed as if she had that kind of money.
I know, right? But apparently she invested a load of money into stocks and bonds and stuff, and she actually had some shares in some pretty big named companies. She had shares in Apple and Microsoft, for God's sakes.
But if she had that much money, why didn't she ever use it for herself?
Well, in her letter to me, she said that she had never felt the need to flaunt her wealth and use it on trivial things. She was happy and as content as she could possibly be with her life, and she didn't want things to change, which she knew would happen if she revealed that she was rich. Basically, she liked things as they were in her life.
I mean, that's fair enough. If she was happy as she was, then money wasn't gonna make her more happy.
Yeah, precisely. And it's not like she didn't use a bit of it. When she got into her old age, she used the funds to keep herself afloat and to make sure that she and my granddad wouldn't have to worry about things when they retired.
I guess it's kind of nice to know that money isn't everything to some people and that they would rather live a simple life, full of love and happiness, than one full of people simply after your money.
Yeah, I guess so. But what am I supposed to do with all of this money now? I mean, I never thought that I would ever end up this wealthy, so I have no clue what I'm supposed to do with it all.
Well, just do what feels right to you. I mean, $6 million is quite a lot of money, so perhaps you could give some away to charity if you wanted to. Other than that, I'd suggest doing some things for yourself. Maybe buying yourself a nice new place to live, or some stuff that you've been wanting for a while now. Or spoiling your bestest friend in the whole wide world.
And who would that be?
Well, it better be me, otherwise you and me will be having some serious words, Missy.
Ah, well, don't you worry. I'll make sure to spoil you rotten, lol. But there was one thing I was curious about.
What's that?
Well, what do you think I should do in regards to Wayne?
What do you mean?
Well, I just mean that he's been acting a bit strange lately, and I don't know if telling him about this inheritance will make things better between us or not, you know?
Yeah, I kind of get where you're coming from. Like, if you guys are having problems, maybe it's best not to mention anything about the money. Just in case he decides to try and act like everything's okay, just so that he can get the money.
Do you really think he'd do that?
Huh? Oh no, that was just a hypothetical. I'm sure he wouldn't do that, but maybe just for the safe side of things, you should keep this info under wraps a little bit, just until you two have worked whatever kinks out of your relationship. But ultimately, it's up to you. He's your husband.
Yeah, I think you might be right, though. Perhaps it would be better if I didn't say anything for a little while.
Well, I'm here if you need to talk. Just let me know.
Okay, thanks, Jake. You really are the bestest friend a girl could have.
And I'll be expecting my own yacht by the end of the week because of how great I am.
Sure, I'll add that to the list. See ya.
See ya. Emily, we need to talk. Now.
What is it, Wayne? I'm kind of busy at work at the minute.
Oh, are you now? Are you sure that you're not off swanning about on some yacht or in some fancy hotel or something, buying yourself loads of fancy clothes and eating at loads of fancy restaurants?
Wayne, what are you on about? You sound like you've gone crazy.
I know about the money, Emily.
The money?
Oh, don't play dumb. You know exactly what money I'm on about. Your grandmother's inheritance that she gave you? $6 million?
Oh, that.
Yeah, that. Why didn't you tell me? I mean, your grandmother passed away months ago, so you would have known about the inheritance not long after that. We could have been living happily with $6 million to our names. We wouldn't have had to work another day in our lives. Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I didn't want it to change things.
What are you going on about? Change things? Of course it would change things. We would have been rich. No money troubles at all. Don't you want that?
Well, of course I wanted that, but I also want to make sure that our relationship doesn't change. We haven't been on the best of terms lately, and I don't know. I didn't want things to get worse simply because of money.
Now you're just being stupid. Things wouldn't have gotten worse with money. They would have gotten better. I could even give my mom and dad at least $1 million so that they could live happily as well.
Well, that's what I mean.
Huh?
Look, You know that I would help your family out and stuff, but your mom has never been the kindest to me. She actually hates me, and I don't think we should reward her behavior with money, let alone so much money. It just doesn't seem right to me.
Emily, she's my mother. I want to give us her money if I can.
Yes, you can give her some of your money. However, this inheritance is my money from my grandma, the last thing she left me. So I get to decide what happens to it and who gets it. And frankly, your mom hasn't really been the nicest to me.
So what? Just because she said a few things that you can't handle, you're gonna not let her have any money? How stupid and selfish is that?
Excuse you? It's not stupid or selfish. Sometimes people need to deal with the consequences of their actions, and so if your mom wants to be horrible to me, so be it. But she won't be getting any money from me, that's for sure.
Well, me being your husband means that what's yours is mine, and so if I want to give my mom some inheritance money, then I can.
I think you'll find you can't. The money is all in my name, and considering we don't share a bank account, you have no access to it whatsoever.
Uh-huh. Unless, of course, I divorce you.
What?
You heard me. I'm gonna divorce you and take half of that inheritance money for myself. I'll be $3 million richer thanks to you and your grandmother passing. This is literally the best thing that could have happened to me.
But why? Aren't we happy?
Oh, you truly are an idiot if you think that we're happy.
What do you mean?
I mean that I haven't been happy being with you for ages now. The only reason that I'm still with you is because you had a decent paying job. With you paying the majority of the bills, I was able to use my money however I wanted to.
So you've been using me all this time?
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, honestly, I can't see any other reason why anyone would want to stay with you. You're so boring, and let's face it, you're way past your prime.
Past my prime?
Well, yeah, it means you're old.
Wayne, I'm 26.
Yeah, that's the wrong side of 20. I need to be with someone much more youthful and younger than you. Someone who isn't going to drag me down. And it's just got that much easier now that I'm going to have half of your money.
So what? You're just going to go and wave around a bunch of money and see what gold digger who turns up takes your fancy the most?
Why not? I mean, at least they'd be up to having some fun. Besides, I'm only 27. I've still got loads of life left in me. I'm a young man with plenty of appeal.
Oh, so you being in your late 20s means you've still got loads of life then? But I'm an old hag?
Face it, it's just the way things are in the world. Women age faster than men and have to deal with the biological clock and all that. It just means that you're getting past your usefulness.
What a nice thing to say to your wife.
Yeah, well, like I said, you won't be my wife for much longer now.
Well, at least we can agree on one thing. But if you think for even 1 second you'll be getting any of my money, then you've got another thing coming.
Oh, and what are you gonna do to stop me, huh? In cases of divorce, everything is usually split evenly. You can't do anything to stop that.
Just you wait. Then we'll see who's laughing.
Emily, how dare you keep your inheritance from us? That is just so incredibly rude. I always knew that you were no good. You would be a terrible daughter-in-law. I told Wayne not to marry you, but did he listen? No. But I suppose at least you've come in handy for one thing. With the money that we get off of you now, me and the rest of my family will never have to worry about money or working another day in our lives ever again.
Well, Florence, like I told Wayne, that's not going to happen. Regardless of whether or not me and Wayne get divorced, he's not getting a single penny off of me.
You keep thinking that, sweetheart. But the truth is that he is going to get that money, and then he'll finally be able to marry that sweet girl he's been seeing for the last few months.
Wait, I'm sorry. He's been seeing someone?
So naive and clueless. LOL. Yes, he has been seeing someone. A woman called Drew. She's much nicer than you have ever been, and I seriously can't wait for her to be my daughter-in-law instead of you. In fact, Wayne has been thinking of leaving you for quite some time now. He just wanted to wait until the best possible time to do so. I guess he was right in doing so, though, because if he had divorced you all that time ago, he never would have gotten any of this inheritance money.
Actually, thanks to you, Florence, you've pretty much just ensured that he will get nothing at all.
What? How so?
You'll just have to wait and see now, won't you? Thanks for all of your help, though. You've really done me a huge favor. See you, Florence.
Emily, how could you? I don't understand how this has happened. How could you get given all the inheritance money? I was owed that money too.
Well, whilst usually you would have gotten half of that money, your mom told me something that I found very interesting.
And what's that?
Your mom told me that you were cheating on me for the last few months. With that in mind, I hired a private detective to follow you and look into what you were doing those few months, and I was shocked to discover that not only had you cheated on me with this Drew, but also with a few other women as well. You were also taking all of their money, and you've been filtering it into a secret bank account, which, funnily enough, isn't exactly a legal account.
Huh? You couldn't possibly know all of that. And for spying on me, I'm gonna sue you.
Good luck with that, especially considering I've already submitted your illegal savings account to the government to be looked into.
What?
Yeah, apparently the IRS is really interested in non-taxable accounts, which this one actually is. That's actually why you didn't get any money from me at all. The judge could see that you were up to no good, and he didn't want to give you any more chances to mess with any other women. I think you should also be ready for a phone call concerning all of this. You'll have some very interested people wanting to talk to you very soon. Anyway, see ya. I've got a life to go and live, and a best friend to go and spoil. Bye. After divorcing Wayne, I never felt more free, and with the money I inherited, I was able to quit my job and live a happy life. However, I didn't keep all of the money for myself. I donated a lot of money to charity, as I knew that I didn't need all of it for myself. I also spoiled Jake a bit, as I promised, as he has always been there for me and deserves to be spoiled sometimes. As for Wayne, he was actually arrested for his illegal activities. The IRS was extremely interested in his offshore account and soon shut it all down. Wayne was sentenced to 5 years in jail, and the IRS is going to keep an extremely close eye on him from there on out. I guess it really doesn't pay to be a horrible person like Wayne.